it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both?
Todd Wolno.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
In association with the SoMaCal Media Network.
Brilliant.
Now, here's your host, Ryan Bonifant.
Let's go!
This is the Sports Buzz broadcast live via the Ustream, part of the SoMaCal Media Network, the 2008 finale of the Sports Buzz. What is going on? I am Ryan Bonifant. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely appreciated. A loaded, fun show today as we look back at the 2008 year of sports. Joining me is the man who has reeked of awesomeness since the year 1977, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk all the way. It's Todd Wolno.
And I'm better than the New Year's baby.
How are things in the world of Wolno? How was the Christmas?
Christmas was very nice. I had a very enjoyable time with my family. Good stuff all around. Santa treated me well.
Indeed. And joining us in studio for the 2008 finale as well, he has his own show called the Sniffles Sports Report. We like to call him the Sideline Sensei.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Luke Sankey joining us. Luke, how are you, man?
Better than the Cowboys are right now, let's put it that way.
I was asking, do you want us to change the channel as we are watching the...
Actually, there's enough stuff in the way that actually all I can see is the NFL on Fox logo on the top left of the screen, so I'm okay.
So there's some chicanery going on there as Terrell Owens catches a pass from somebody, not Tony Romo.
Some tricker...
I was going to say, if Philly
Jason
intercepted
Witten.
it couldn't have been Romo throwing it.
It was Jason Witten throwing it. Huh. How ironic is that? You can join us tonight, 407-788-0479. That is the phone number to reach us. A lot of things to get into and talk about. Obviously, the NFL playoff picture is becoming a little more clear as the NFL final week of the NFL, Week 17, is wrapping up here. We do have a couple more games. One more game tonight, which would decide the AFC West, which is San Diego hosting the Denver Broncos, and no, Ed Hockley is not going to be the referee of that game.
I totally blew that call. In fact, it wasn't even close. But don't worry, I'll penalize the other team for no good reason in the second half to even things up.
So
That's good officiating right there.
Indeed. But we have a lot of things to talk about, and we're going to look back on the 2008 year in sports. A lot of accolades to admire as, of course, you know, we had Michael Phelps winning 8 gold medals at the Olympics in Beijing this past summer. A lot of good memories in this year's sport year in 2008. And obviously the story to me, and I'll get into it and delve on it a little more, is the fantastic achievement of the Detroit Lions.
So proud of them.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Going the distance, pulling off the impossible. There was a couple times where I didn't think they were going to do it.
Especially against the Colts.
Yes, especially against the Colts. That was by far the closest game that they played. No offense, Elwood. But, you know, just when you thought they were going to screw things up and get that W, they were able to, you know, stand back up, play Detroit Lion football, and achieve the unthinkable. The perfect season of 0-16. Just a phenomenal achievement.
You got to be very proud of them. I mean, you know,
I'm
if you're going to do
excited.
things, do them right. I mean, they secured that number 1 draft.
Yes,
they made
they
sure
did.
that nobody else even came close to it.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
If you're going to secure the number 1
That's how
draft
you do it. Pay attention, Kansas City Chiefs. That's how you do it.
Exactly. But, all right, all joking aside now. I mean, yes, it's fun to, you know, poke some fun at the fact that there was a team that, oh my God, they went 0-16. Never thought that was possible.
How does that happen with the law of averages?
You know,
And the funniest part is, the part that bothers me the most is, and you know, you can say what you want about the 0-16, to me, there's at least 3 teams in the league that were worse than them this year. They just had, I mean, if you look at it, they had some monumental collapses. I mean, the first game against Green Bay, for instance, I think Kitna threw 2 or 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the final 7 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
At least they took the lead with about, actually I think it was 4 minutes to go in the game. They took the lead, and then they lost the game by 20. I mean, they found special ways to blow each game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, especially with how much parity there is in the NFL with the salary caps, and it's supposed to make it somewhat even for these teams, you know. And for a team like that to go 0-16, to me, it just
Special.
And hey, it's a great achievement. Congratulations.
They can only give you so much. They give you the draft order, they give you the easy schedule, they do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You still have to have someone in the top brass somewhere that can do something correct. And unfortunately for the Detroit fan base, there was just no one at the helm driving the ship that could even come close to steering them in the right direction for the last 5+ years.
Yeah, Elwood saying in our Ustream chat room, if you're watching us live, it's like flipping a coin 16 times and getting tails all 16 times. It's kind of similar.
Do they get a trophy for that?
You know what? They should get something.
Because it should be shipped directly to Matt Millen's mantle.
Oh yes, it should.
I'll pay for the trophy.
Let me ask this though, because you bring up a good point. Remember, Matt Millen was fired during the midpoint of the NFL season.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's going to be NFL fans, especially Detroit Lion fans, that's still going to credit this 0-16 season to him?
Of course.
Certainly.
He wasn't a coach that left halfway through the year. He was the
architect.
guy, exactly what I want to use.
The
architect
architect.
of this disaster. And yeah, he got thrown off the ship, but I mean, unfortunately, it didn't take half the players with him. So
Yeah. It was just downright miserable to see the Lions. And, honestly, in all honesty, that's something that they have to live with from now on.
Forever.
It's going to sting for a while.
You imagine telling your grandchildren that I was a part of the 2008 0-16 Detroit Lions.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You want to talk about some serious malfunction about ready to occur there with that type of season. 0-16. I mean, no, you look at it this way. I mean, one win is an improvement. You can only go up.
Well, I could stay the same, I think.
Oh,
No, I got a crazy question, because obviously when you have a season like this, there's absolutely no one player, person, coach, front office person should feel safe. But I think the consensus is Marinelli's a great guy, he's a great leader, and that he kind of just got a bad situation. Is there any possible way, any way whatsoever, Marinelli somehow survives this?
I think he has to go. I think it's a situation like Cam Cameron last year in Miami.
Yeah.
I think he just has to go because of the bitter taste.
I think kind of the same thing, but it's funny because if anyone, I don't want to say if anyone deserves to make it through, because I don't know, like I said, if you do, had the ship that goes 0-16, I think you deserve to be, thrown off over the board, but it almost seems one of those things where it's like, maybe, just maybe you could see him getting another chance, but almost it seems like someone has to go.
Well, did you guys get to see, and I don't know if you got to read the article, but it was a very interesting note today I read, and because we're talking about the Lions, it was one of the teams that I found interesting. This deal with Bill Parcells and Wayne Huizenga.
That is crazy,
yeah. And he gets the out clause, and he could be a free agent. One of the teams that Parcells is looking at and said he'd be willing to go to is Detroit. And, I mean, that just goes to show you, I guess he really does believe his own press and how good he is, because if he thinks he can turn around Detroit.
Exactly.
I'm saying a 1-15 team to the verge of winning the division.
Yeah.
Why not take the 0-16? I think he just needs a new challenge.
Think about it.
Why
Think
don't
how many
you,
people his stature would want to go to Detroit, and yet he's saying,
Quick update on that game, talking about the Miami Dolphins. They are currently down by 3 at the start of the third quarter here, 17-14. The Jets winning right now. Now, it's going to raise some interest because if the Jets won this game, the Patriots now clinched the division because of their victory earlier today over the Buffalo Bills. So that's something to keep an eye on. Baltimore is winning their game over Jacksonville 24-7. A Baltimore win gets them into the sixth spot in the wild card, but the Patriots right now are heavily rooting for the New York Jets to pull this off over the Miami Dolphins.
And Jacksonville just be on the safe side.
Yeah.